I don't know why my stuff is not unmuting. I was trying to unmute. Everything is moving slow today. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody in the chat. Hello to my wonderful moderators. Um, can y'all put it on subscriber only if you can? Let me say this. The topic that I'm going to talk about today. Probably listen, y'all. I see the mess that's going on. I don't have anything to say about it. The only thing that I have to say is that I don't have anything to do with it. Um, thank God that I'm free. That I don't have to be the one fighting the battles and being a part of something that I don't want to be a part of. So that's what I want to say to that. I want to welcome everybody into the chat, and we're going to getting ready to start talking. Um, so Stacy, I didn't put your name in the title, um, but I'm here to talk to you, and I'm here to let go too. I'm also here to apologize to you. I want to say that I'm sorry for everything that's happened to you and your family. I want to apologize to you for any role that I've played in it. And I want to apologize to your nephew too for any role I've played in anything that has transpired where he's concerned. Okay. But we're going to have to get into some content because I think a lot of people are forgetting how this started. And the step that you took the other day, so admirable. The thing about it is that when you, how do I say this? This platform can change you. You know, people say, oh no, this is who you always were and this is who you are. And that's not true. The content can change you. It can change the way that you think. It can change the way that you move if you allow it to. If you allow it to, y'all, if my Wi-Fi drops or whatever, be patient with me because I'm struggling. We got like top of the line, from what I thought, internet services, but we're seeming to have problems with our internet today and yesterday and the day before. So just bear with me. I'll be back if it drops. Whew. Hey, Miss Virginia. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Boo Boo and Shay and Krista and Yvette and Minor, not Minor, and June and Spencer and all of the wonderful moderators. Listen, I'm not going to go through the whole list of everybody that's in here, but we got 64 people in the room right now. We've been live for 4 minutes. Give us a thumbs up, please, and thank you. So let me play a little bit of this. Let me get into what Stacy, the end of what Stacy had to say. I want y'all to go and watch her live stream. I think it was powerful because the reason I feel it was powerful because this is like for Stacy, this is her real life. Like these are people that actually know her in real life. This is her family, her biological family, and I think that's why it hits different. That's one of the reasons that I've, backed away from the commentary. Now let me say this, I backed away from the commentary when shit started to shift, how do I say this? I think the last couple of days should show Stacey and her family what the motive was, like what the other two content creators' motives were, and their motive was to pull you onto YouTube. Their motive was to pull you into the content, and that's why your nephew reached out to you so much, shared the content with you, wanted you to engage. Their motive was to bring you your life story to YouTube. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back in time, okay? I hope you guys can be patient with me. Y'all know, because, you know, this content creator, the therapist lady, the fake narc slayer lady, she had a lot to say, a lot of gloating, a lot of feeling like she's powerful, but she is the weakest one of all. Like, out of anybody out here, you know, that I'm speaking on right now, I view this person as the weakest person out here, because she reached for the septic sector after they drug her, you know, and put her pictures up and clowned her. She's still reaching for them, still kissing their asses, still just as powerless as she's always been, you know. This is just my opinion. You know, I'm not saying any names, so I'm not saying any names, but we're getting ready to get into some content. We're getting ready to react to a little bit of what Stacey had to say, and then we're going to go back in time a little bit. I hope that you guys, that y'all, you know, ready to hear this. So, yeah, the kitchen floor maid. Yeah. Yeah, the lady on the kitchen floor. Let me just get into what Stacey had to say, because I could go on and on and on about this subject. Y'all know I can. I can go on and on and on about, baby, what I've been seeing here lately. Whoo, this is going to turn out to be some good commentary for somebody in the future. Not me, though. Hold on. Let me get to the part where I want to get to. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I got to get to my minute marks, because this is gone. Okay, here we go. So y'all know that Stacey did a live stream. For those of you who know, because Stacey does have supporters, as contrary to what's being said on the fake narc slayers platform, contrary to what's being said, I haven't shared Stacey out the last few times that she's been live, not because I don't want to share out, because most of y'all can't see my damn community wall anyway. So I haven't shared her out, right? But I noticed that she still has support. She has people in her chat. She has engagement. They're not trolls. Like, you know, it's a positive engagement. Stacey does have her own group of support now, which is wonderful. And these people are going to support her no matter whether I'm in the chat, no matter whether I share her out or not, because they actually, hold on, y'all, because my phone talks. Okay, y'all. I done seen a whole fool, baby. Mm, 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 mm. Let me get to this one though. Let's play it. Let's play it. So it was a lot of gloating. A lot of, oh, Stacy threw in the white flag, and oh, Stacy is this, and oh, Stacy is that. And oh my God, those two just really, really gloated like they did something big when Stacy did something big for herself and for her family. And everybody sees you guys for exactly who you are. And I think that that's the hardest, that's the thing that you both are going to come to realize. Once Stacy is truly, truly quiet, people are going to see you both for the weaklings that you are. I'm not going to say the names of the two people that I'm talking about, but they know who I'm talking about. You know, one of them is a therapist and one of them lives in a box. You know, so let's get to it. Mm-hmm.
Powering on. Welcome to Alltech Lansing.
And I mean that shit. I was done 5 years ago. And I let myself get caught back up in this fucking drama.
Now, let me say this. Stacy allowed herself to be pulled back into the drama by her nephew. Her nephew was the one sending her text messages and calling her. And you guys remember that because he hit my panel and clicked a link. If you guys remember this person, let me show y'all something. Because I'm going to take y'all back in time, okay? I'm going to take y'all back in time just a little bit now. We ain't going back too far, and this will not be a long timeline. This is going to be a brief one because I heard the Narc Slayer person say that, you know, she's the definite, she's dishonest in her last live stream if she's so into timelines. Because this is the timeline that I remember. Okay, so let me share the screen with you guys so you can see. Here we go. Give me a second. Everything is kind of moving slow here. Now, here is oh, I do not want to dox anybody, so but it says this person's name and everything, right? Now, this is the first screenshot that I have on record for Cheryl's cousin and Stacy's hold on one second. Can y'all see it? Okay, there we go. Can y'all see it now? This is the first screenshot. Oh Lord, let me go up just a little bit more because I do not want to show that person's channel. Let me stop sharing that. Lord Jesus. In that little bitty screenshot. Hey, Stacy, you're going to want to pay attention to this live stream, sis. Have a good day at work. Keep on listening because we getting ready to go back in time a little bit because there was a lot of lies told on you in the last few days, and I've been listening. I've been busy, but I've been listening. So let me show it. Hold on. Let me get the picture straight first. Now let's get it up a little closer. Let's go up a little bit further here. And we're going to zoom in there. And we're going to move this up a little bit. Now, This is that person's screenshot. I'm not going to go through the whole, I'm not going, Jesus, everything is moving slow as hell. Everything today. So we're going to present and show now. Hope. Okay. Now, this is the Slayer's cousin, the one that she's advocating for today. This was the first screenshot that I received that I have. I took this one myself from the Slayer's cousin who had, I think that was the day that they hopped into my comment section or asked me to drop the link on my channel. So from what the content creators are saying today, they're trying to say that Stacey is the one that started everything, and Stacey is the one that came out here talking about the other content creator, and Stacey is the one that started all of this commotion, and yada 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 da da da. It's the one I want to do. Hold on.
But the same fucking way that I didn't mention you for 5 fucking years, I'm gonna go back to that shit. I'm gonna go back to it. Tonight is it. It's more important things out here than to try to drag a bitch and a motherfucking nigga. It's more important things out here, and you have to realize that as a person. I know I'm better than this shit.
You sure are. You sure are.
And I'm glad I done put myself in a position to realize that. I'm glad that I have came to an understanding to know I ain't got to fight against them niggas over there. Them niggas are miserable. And anytime that you can sit and tell a motherfucker that you proud of them for dragging his motherfucking grandma, fuck me. Call his grandma a bitch, and you tell that nigga you proud of him?
No.
Bitch, there's something wrong with you.
It sure is. Now, do y'all remember when I said that there were some things that there was a reason that I was going to back away from? Let me stop sharing this now. Now that you know that this individual was the time that screenshot came in, that was January the 7th. That was the first time, January 7th of 2024. So this has been going on almost a year, right? And I am so proud of Stacey and everyone in her family for recognizing that this shit is pointless. It's evil and it's pointless. And it can destroy families. You know what I'm saying? So more people could have gotten involved and gotten pulled into it. And thank God that Stacey has the majority on her side. And thank God that the other two people are in the minority in the family. Thank God that they're not the biggest fraction of the family that want this mess to go. I appreciate Stacey for saying and doing the live stream that she did. Let's listen for a few more minutes, because when you hear the history, now listen.
It ain't nothing. It's nothing just wrong with him. It's something wrong with you. But hey, birds of a feather flock the fucking together.
Mm-hmm.
Cause see, I ain't finna sit in a room with a motherfucking.
Oh, listen. Thank you, Krista. That picture, it was a little bit tweaked and stuff. I'll show y'all the original picture. My sister did a little bit of tweaking on that picture, because a lot of people were like, is that you? That is me? People were like, oh, I can't see your freckles. Well, I had makeup on the picture that she used to do it. And in the winter, my freckles fade a lot. In the summer, they get darker. But thank y'all so much. But chitlin face wear. The other thing, I'm going to show y'all the original picture before we get off of here too. So y'all don't let me forget to do that. Don't let me forget to do that.
A room full of crazy motherfuckers. If I ain't crazy, I'm not getting ready to entertain crazy motherfuckers unless I'm crazy. That shit get on your nerves. Like at a certain point, you don't want to hear all that motherfucking foolishness because it bothers you as a person.
Mm.
So when you can sit amongst and you surround yourself with motherfuckers that's not doing anything, motherfuckers that's always in trouble, motherfuckers that's always trying to cause drama, that shit is you.
That's you. That's you.
That shit is
now, let me play this. Let me play a little bit of this, because we're about to take a trip that sure, I guess the content creator didn't think that we could take, right?
Cheryl want to partner with you to put that demon on flat on his ass. That's what Cheryl want to do. And Cheryl is very good at it too, by the way. So, it is what it is. I'm just like, what is going on? What is going on? There are some people in my natural life. That they will partner with anybody that don't like the Grabowski.
Miss Virginia.
Okay, because they've been like that all their fucking
you
lives.
are too.
And I know it's a lot to
Thank y'all so much.
It's got a lot to do with Cheryl, me, and all of the different parts of me and all my different components. It's a lot. It's a lot, for real. It's a lot, right? I can't and I won't. Let's get that straight now. I can't and I won't apologize for being that bitch. I can't do that. I used to, though. I used to. I used to dull myself down to be around with your funky asses. We don't do that no more. Because all you funky asses, go over there and be funky asses together. Because Cheryl ain't doing it. Cheryl is not sitting around having no trauma bond parties. Nope. And I don't care. I don't care whether they are family members, content creators, or subscribers. Not doing it. No. Cheryl has manifested people like Rosemary Grabowski and some other people. I mean, not Grabowski, my God. Rosemary Broco and some other people.
You just called Rosemary Bracco Rosemary Broco. How do you call Rosemary Bracco Rosemary Broke Ho? Are you serious?
In my life where we can sit and we can have a conversation on my level. Because what's going on, they're not on my level. Cheryl is lying. No, you can't comprehend.
Really? They said, is that UP? Really, June? That's me.
I've exceeded, I've excelled, I've grown way beyond you. But I was there anyway. So, it is what it is. I said, Lord have mercy, what is going on? Yeah, and let me tell you another thing. Ain't no motherfucking Aries
Listen,
gonna do nothing with no Scorpio.
I want y'all to listen to
Aries
this
can't handle
part.
Scorpio. I told y'all that.
Mm.
Because the Aries fire is gonna burn out. And Virgo could never. Because Virgo just ain't that bitch. Virgo is undercover. Virgo is sneaky. Virgo is not real.
I wonder how many Virgos she has as supporters. How many Virgos do you have as supporters that might have taken that personally? You just putting everybody into one fucking box, huh? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And the
you are.
Aries came like a mighty Russian wind. Ooh, Cheryl Grabowski, I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that. You ain't gonna do shit. Because I know you a crybaby, because I know you.
And she's smiling.
I know you're not that girl.
She's smiling. It was like her and the nephew got so much joy from Stacy claiming her peace and her power, because it's power in walking away. That's the powerful move. The powerful move is to walk away and protect your peace and protect your family, to separate yourself from that binds you into this level of evil. And when freedom really comes, it feels so good. When you get that last piece out of your life, it feels so good. Listen, hey.
Mm-hmm. I know you can't really get in there and do what you need to do.
Yeah, she
alone.
is delusional.
I know that you need a whole array of people to support you. I know that. Okay, let's talk about the.
She says she knows that Stacy needs a whole group of people to support her, but isn't she the one that reached out to a whole group of people? Isn't she the one that did videos asking for people to help her? Isn't she the one that did videos even asking for other sectors to join her? Isn't she the one that asked for a lady in a scooter that lost her children to help her? Isn't she the one that is currently using her own family member against other family members? Isn't this the weak individual that's doing that right now? That's what I want to know. Isn't she that girl?
Capricorn. The Capricorn would be Trinaya. The 23-year-old Capricorn. Trinaya is young.
Listen.
Thou shalt not fucketh around with the Capricorn person. Thou shalt not fuck around with the Capricorn.
Yeah, she was the first one
especially
joining
the one that's
23.
Because they're not even grown yet.
Listen.
They're not even old enough yet. They're evolving still.
So they're malleable and weak and alone and traumatized and going through the grief process, and can be used over and over and over again, because the stories that this individual tells came from your mouth to his ears. Like, Stacy ought to recognize, honey, because both of y'all took notes. You took notes and he took notes to do y'all live streams. Both of y'all was reading y'all notes. Powerless people who are openly working against their own fucking family on a social media platform. Sad. But listen to this. This person says that they didn't start this. This person said that they were the ones that were advanced upon. This person continues to try to rewrite history and change the timeline. Well, we have the real timeline, honey. We have the timeline, okay? And we're going to start here. Now, when was this video done? We're going to start at January 14th. 7 days after your cousin posted that screenshot that I just showed. 7 days after that, okay? long before Stacy ever hit these YouTube streets. So you can go ahead and lie, because January 7th was the day that your cousin posted that community wall. Okay? January 7th, 2024. You did this live stream that I'm about to play January 14th, 2024. Let's listen.
Or young man who is having an identity crisis.
Hold on.
But want to be around me to continue to poke and to hurt. And you take this because this is what you deserve. Well, what the fuck do you deserve? What have you done? I don't want to be around me. That's why I don't deal with my Aunt Lillian, to be honest. It's for that reason.
Now, this person said that she wasn't saying names. She was definitely saying names. She was saying her aunt's name, which is Stacy's mother. She was saying other family members' names, which I won't go into, but I want y'all to listen. She says that she did not advance upon this person, but she also is doing something today that is so disgusting to me. And the reason that I believe it's disgusting is because I think it's one of the weakest things that you can do, and that's to use a child. Because you just say, and I believe that this individual is still a child. I agree with you. I don't think that this individual's brain has advanced enough. And I think that trauma has slowed the intellectual progress of this individual. The way that this individual puts words together, doesn't know the meaning of words, doesn't know how to pronounce words. It's clear that this individual is suffering from some sort of delay. Now, that's one of the reasons that I backed away from the commentary. And then when I went on to Facebook and Big O and Instagram, and I saw the disgusting things when I went on to when this person started trying to dox me and my family, and I found his information on these porn sites with his booty hole spread open, and he was selling his asshole for everyone. I said, no more. No more. Because this person is truly a traumatized individual. That's why I respect the move that Stacy made. I think it's what's best for her and her family. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Melissa. I think it's what's best for her and her family. But I also think it's what's best for her nephew. Because ultimately, he's still her nephew. No matter what he does to her, her mother, and her family, he's still her family. So keep on listening. Hold on.
And after a while, the Capricorn and the Scorpio is going to sit around and we're going to whop y'all's asses.
Okay.
Yes, we are. Because you know what? This is the thing. On a serious note, I don't know if I could be serious or not, because this is hilarious. These are a bunch of people who don't want to tell the truth about who they are and what they just don't want to do it. They don't.
So that was Cheryl from yesterday. That was the content creator from yesterday. I'm gonna try not to mention her name. Y'all know how hard that is for me. But that was the content creator from yesterday. And she did her live yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. But this is her from January. Now she said that she and the other individual, the person that we're about to hear her talk about, because this is her perception of who, let's just say, Trinaya really is. Okay. This is Cheryl Grabowski letting us know who and what Trinaya really is. So when you hear this, you're going to realize how sick Cheryl Grabowski is. Are y'all listening to me? How utterly sick Cheryl Grabowski and her that side of her family is for weaponizing this person now. It's sad.
if you keep on, if I'm looking at you through the lens of, oh, I remember, if you look at me as a book, right? And you remember chapter 1 through 11 of the life.
Yeah,
You're looking at me like a book.
You
the book
do,
got 20
Crystal.
chapters.
You're right.
I'm all the way up to chapter 18. In chapter 18 looks a lot different from chapter 5. But you keep on.
Now, this is Cheryl Grabowski on a live stream on Facebook, dragging her entire fucking family, doxing them, putting their personal information out. I'm not going to play all of it because it's going to re-dox them and put all of their personal information out. She was talking about Stacy. She's talking about Stacy's mother. She was talking about some of her other cousins. She was talking about her sister. She was talking about her sister's kids. She said their names. She put their information out. She let the public know where the fuck they lived. She doxed the fuck out of her entire family. She talked about their personal, let me say this, and I'm not going to play that part again because I don't even think this video is still up on her Facebook. But she talked about their personal childhood traumas, their personal shit before Stacy ever came to YouTube. So listen to this. But listen to what she has to say about Trinaya. Okay? Trinaya, the very individual with mental health issues that is currently going through trauma phase or loss or grief or whatever. Listen to what she said about Trinaya.
Holding me at chapter 5 because you don't went blind and your ass can't see no more, so you can't read the rest of the book. And then I got to deal with you every time I deal with you. I got to go back to chapter 5 because that's where you are mentally, emotionally, and everything. All your feelings and everything. You feel everything that you felt from chapter 5 on me today, and I'm all the way in chapter 18. I'm not gonna be around you. I'm done with you. Matter of fact, I'm done. Because you can't make the transition to chapter 18. I'm just sick of it, really, to be honest, really.
Yeah, fake trauma.
Because as it relates to me, nobody pays my bills. Me or my 4 children, we ain't asked nobody for nothing. Nothing. Black families. I wish I was monetized on Facebook. I'd be making money right now, but I'm working on that. My monetization.
Now, she says she wished she was monetized on Facebook. Y'all remember that. Remember that. You know, as a matter of fact, let me see. Do I want to? She says she wishes she was monetized on Facebook.
And so mom said, she said to me, you wouldn't share details of our life to make money on YouTube, would you? And I said, no. I said, no, I am sharing parts of my life.
Did y'all hear that? That was Cheryl. Her mother, before her mother passed away, asked her. She said, you wouldn't be telling our family business on social media to make money, would you? You wouldn't be using our family and the traumas in our family to grow your platform and to make money, would you? And didn't Cheryl Grabowski just say, didn't y'all just hear her just say that all of the actions that she's taken against her family are money motivated? Now listen to her express what her mother said on her deathbed. You wouldn't be using our family to make money on YouTube, would you? Listen.
And so mom said, she said to me, you wouldn't share details of our life to make money on YouTube, would you? And I said, no. I said, no, I am sharing parts of my life because it's therapy for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Don't sound like a therapist.
But want to be around me.
Therapeutic move to me.
Hold on. To hurt. But want to be around me. And then I got to deal with you every time I deal with you. I got to go back to chapter 5 because that's where you are mentally, emotionally, and everything. All your feelings and everything. You feel everything that you felt from chapter 5 on me today. And I'm all the way in chapter 18. I'm not going to be around you. I'm done with you. Matter of fact, I'm done. because you can't make the transition to chapter 18. I'm just sick of it, really. Let's be honest, really.
Listen.
Because as it relates to me, nobody pays my bills. Me or my 4 children, we ain't ask nobody for nothing. Nothing. Black families. I wish I was monetized on Facebook. I'd be making money right now, but I'm working on that. My monetization.
Wow.
Now,
listen.
Lil Jerry's son, Trenaya Richardson.
Lil Jerry's son, Trenaya Richardson. The one that Cheryl has re-weaponized. Now, Stacey told her the story of being away from this for 5 years. Because the first time Lil Jerry's son did this, aka Trenaya Richardson, you know, the first time Lil Jerry's son did this, he did this to his family. Cheryl is getting ready to talk about that, like she wasn't the orchestrator and instigator of that. Cheryl Grabowski, the first time that Little Jerry's son, Trenaya Richardson, did this for Cheryl Grabowski the first fucking time, which was 5 years ago. And that's what Stacey is talking about. Stacey is trying to tell y'all that this is not her first rodeo with this. This is not the first time she's been through this with Cheryl. Cheryl and Trenaya tried this 5 years ago, tried to destroy their family that long ago. Keep listening.
Has been a thorn in the flesh. Y'all Raleigh people know.
Listen.
Y'all know how bad that boy is.
Y'all
know. See, the people on YouTube, they don't know the difference. They don't know that boy got on Facebook and cussed his grandma out like a dog. They don't know that
that boy got on Facebook and cussed his grandma out like a dog. Now today, you praising him for doing that. You saying you proud of him for doing that. You exalting him, uplifting him. You know, back then when he was coming for you, you said he was wrong for going up against his family and his grandmother. You said he was wrong for cursing his grandmother like a dog, but you didn't tell your audience that you were the orchestrator of that move back then too. Because he was clearly a child back then and speaking your words back then. And that's another thing that Stacey is talking about. Stacey is trying to let everybody know that those are not Trenaya's words. They could not be Trenaya's words. Why couldn't they be Trenaya's words? Because Trenaya is a child compared to Cheryl and Stacey. And there is no way that Trenaya would know or remember or even have any ability to know any of this shit unless it came from somebody who was orchestrating, putting shit in his ear. That's what she's trying to tell y'all, just like Cheryl did 5 years ago. Now listen.
The cyberbully. They don't know that he's gravely mentally ill. He's been a fan of Monet's for 4 or 5 years. He's been stalking Monet for 4 years. He has stole her. He has stole her identity. He has put out there that me and her are HIV positive and with AIDS. He just did that on YouTube. He created a porn site. And put my profile.
He sure did. He created a porn site. Y'all want to see the picture? Hold up. Let me show y'all the picture. Y'all saw the screenshot. He created a porn page for Cheryl. A porn page. Let me show y'all the picture. Hold on. Hold on, honey. Let me see. Do I have it? I sure do. He created a porn page in honor of Cheryl, the Slayer lady, you know? Hold on. He sure did. Let me show y'all. Let me share the screen with y'all so y'all can see. Here we go. This is what I'm saying. I don't know why y'all It says visiting Crabtree Heavy Loads, 100% real. Fire, cherry. All you need is me, cherries. 10% off. I guess maybe what? Sloppy toppy? It says wet, hot, pretty, kissy, hearts. Give you pounding for your tight cake. For your tight cake? Give you pounding for your tight cake. It says, I make it nasty. I can make it wet. I have cake by the pound. That's what he did to the person that's trying to get you to believe that he's a good person today and she's a good person and they're honest people and they're the people that you should believe. Again, this is the person that she is using today to attack. And that was January 10th. Y'all see the date? January 10th, 2024, just 4 days before Cheryl did this live stream on Facebook. Just 4 days. But Cheryl is out here trying to say it was me and Stacey that put all of this shit out here about her with her lying ass. With her lying ass. Now let's keep it pushing.
Filing my name and everything on it. Lil Jerry's son. That's the truth. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody know that. Now we dealing with that. That's Lillian's grandson, not Marjorie's. And he done sat around. This is in my opinion. I'm telling you exactly what I believe that. He done sat around. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I believe happened. He sat around and listened to them talk about it.
She says she's gonna tell you exactly what she believes happened, right? Then she's gonna turn around and tell you. Well, I'm gonna let her tell y'all because I'm not gonna tell her. She says I tell her story for her. I'm gonna let her tell her own story or her version of it, right?
And he's mentally ill for years. That's what I think. You want to ask me, so sure, do you think that? Yes, absolutely. I think that. He sat around Lillian, in my opinion, and listened to them talk about us. So then at one point, it's been about 5 years ago.
Listen.
We let him come to the beach. No, we all went to the beach. And
I said it's been about 5 years ago. Stacey let y'all know it's been about 5 years since Cheryl and Trinaya were stalking her and doxing her and her family. 5 years ago, when Trinaya was a minor. When Trinaya was a child, she was using Trinaya and Trinaya's mental health issues and stuff. She was using Trinaya back then. So when I said earlier in this live stream that I apologize to Trinaya, because not until, and I'm going to say this to you, Trinaya, not until I became acquainted with Stacey did I believe what Cheryl was saying about you. Because Cheryl is a liar and she has lied on me. So I want to issue you an apology. Because had I believed Cheryl and had I known the extent of your mental health issues, I would have never allowed you on my platform. I would have never. And once I started to realize it, you see, I started to give you started to curb you. You know what I'm saying? It's unhealthy what you're doing and the way that people use you and the way that you allow yourself to be used. It's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair to you. So my apologies for that. I should have listened to, I did listen to Stacey. Once Stacey came on and she starts saying, that's not true. And, you need to make sure that he tells you the truth. And Stacey came public and said, the things that you say need to be true. Stacey and I encourage you not to call CPS on that woman and not to do certain things. And we would talk you down. You know what I'm saying? Now, this person gasses you up. And it's clear that this is the person that wants to use you. I'm just glad that Stacey's not participating anymore. And neither am I. So when you talk, you're going to be talking to the wind or to a motherfucking wall. Because you won't be getting no responses from me. I won't be helping your channel grow. I won't be a part of your exploitation. I just won't. I mean, like, you self-exploit. By you Like you are used to being exploited. That is part of your life. That's the way that you eat a lot of times. Like you sell your body on the internet. That's the way that you survive, through self-exploitation, right? Well, I refuse to be a part of your exploitation on social media. I refuse.
I let him inside my room.
Hey, man.
And he was in the room with us watching and observing. It was me, my daughter, and her friend. And he, you know, he seemed harmless and everything. And at that point, he still represented himself as a boy. But now he's transgender. But what he was doing was he was in there gleaning and learning from us.
Listen.
Right? And so after that,
he was gleaning and learning from Cheryl. And she admits it. He was gleaning and learning from us. Keep listening.
he called it infatuation with Monet. And so then after that, we just, you know, we would go out to eat sometimes or whatever, little things like that. And so I remember him saying, he was like, oh my God, he's like, this is like, when he was around us, he said, this is like a show. Y'all are like a show. He was so smitten by us in our lifestyle. And so we noticed how grave his mental illness was, because we didn't know. And oh my God, when I say it was, this boy stole this girl's identity. He changed his name to Ashley Monet.
Yeah, they have.
He took pictures of himself posing, had his hair fixed like hers, put on the same color clothes, and did the same facial gesture and took a photo like he was her and put it on Instagram and created a Cash App in her name. He was actually became a fan and a stalker of her. He began to call the phone all the time, and he started some mess between the families. I was like, oh my God. Even my aunt told me, she said, don't talk.
And see, the other thing is they are actual, they have the ability to re-traumatize people, because Cheryl Grabowski, she comes out here, she doesn't put up any trigger warnings. Neither does Trinaya. They don't put up any trigger warnings or anything like that. And they get into the most graphic, disgusting, traumatizing conversations on this social media platform. It's so irresponsible and so reckless that I don't even know how she calls herself helping anyone. How can you help somebody and you don't even prepare them? Trigger warnings, trauma warnings are appropriate for any time you talking about the things that y'all talk about. It's disgusting the way that y'all handle yourselves on social media.
To him, or don't deal with him. She told me that. Don't deal with him. And but my heart went out, because I'm like, oh, this is a harmless little teenager or young man who is having an identity crisis. So we taking places, me and him went to the parade one day, and the day, we went to the parade, and me, him, and Ashley one day, and went to the McDonald's. I don't know what we ate at, and I dropped him off. And honey, when I dropped him off, and by the time I got home, excuse me, y'all, and got settled and got on Facebook, he was there calling me all kinds of bitches. And I said, what happened? We was just at the parade. I don't know what happened. I said something to him, like, I remember when we were walking down the street after the parade, when we was thinking about where we were going to eat. I think we went to Cooper's Barbecue downtown. He started fussing about people looking at him, and he was cussing the people in the cars out. And I was like, Jimmy, I don't do that. What are you doing that for? People ain't think about you. And I laughed because I thought it was funny at first. But then he kept doing it repeatedly, right? So then I said to myself, he paranoid. And then now
here she is using somebody that she says that she knows for a fact is paranoid, schizophrenic, has depression, bipolar disorder. She named off so many mental health diagnoses that she says he has.
That he was like, it was real. It's no joke. Like, he paranoid. So then I told him, I said, I think you're paranoid. I said, people ain't watching you. I said, don't worry about them. You fabulous. You don't care if they watch you, right? That's what I said. So by the time I dropped him off and got home, he had went to Facebook and called me all kinds of names. He just went in. He was lying. And that's when I realized that he was severely mentally ill. But by the time I talked to his mother, she told me, she said, yeah, absolutely. She said he has overlapping mental illness. And she said that the doctor prescribed several medications. That's what she said. She said, hey, Karen, hey, Megan, the doctor prescribed several medications. And what happened was his dad, this is what his mama told me. His dad and his auntie came to New York and picked him up and threw his medicine in the trash. Because, and I will say this, I'm gonna be fair. Black people don't know how severe, they don't understand mental illness. Since then, maybe my aunt knows. Hey girl, but maybe my aunt knows. But for the most part, we don't understand that you have a mental profile as well as a physical, like a mental chart as well as a physical chart. Just like they check your sugar, your high blood pressure, your iron, your potassium, all the things that they check in our body, there's a mental scale too. If you're not able to self-regulate, if you have voices that speak to you, if you go into depression and mania, and then you start.
We got 108 real people in here, no bots. Could y'all please hit the thumbs up? We are not non-bot buyers over here, non-fake view buyers over here. Would y'all please hit the thumbs up? Thank you.
Hand up everything and everybody. Hey, Manuel, then that's you. Look, it's giving your brain is braining, and you need the people from the psychology world to help you with your brain. And the thing is, I'm on YouTube as mental health awareness. Like, that's what I do. I talk about having issues like I've had and having to call somebody to help me with it because my brain been braining. I don't want to take Percocet. I don't want to drink every day. I don't want to eat myself to death because people use food like a drug. I don't want to myself to death. I don't want to drink myself to death, but I can call somebody to help me, to help my brain, because my brain is doing what it's doing. So she didn't know that. They didn't know that. His dad didn't know it. The mama didn't know it. And the aunt didn't know it.
Wow. Wow.
And she threw his medicine in the trash. And that's been 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's been about 7 years that this man, now he's a man. He's a transgender, but he's gone all them years without medication, and he's crazy as hell. And very dangerous, to be honest.
What?
He threatened to burn my house down.
You said he's very dangerous and crazy as hell. Now you out here and you want everybody to believe every fucking thing he and you say about his family and your family. Like the whole SA, sexual abuse story. You know, the whole story that morphed from being the story about some man that picked him up from his mama's house and all of those things happening in his mama's house and then being saved when he got to his grandmother's house. Now, all of a sudden, the whole story has gone to resembling things that has happened in your house, right, Cheryl? Now, all of a sudden, this has happened to him in his grandmother's house. And since you came along again, now all of a sudden, his grandfather was the one molesting him and all of this stuff and all of these things. Now, all of a sudden, you're saying and he's saying it. I wasn't there.
He threatened to come to my job and to jump on me. And he's over on YouTube with a woman that hates me, and he's up on the panel with his sickness, his mental illness, and all of them stories are just kind of bleeding into one another. He might have 3% of the truth, and the rest of the 7%, because 10% is lies and hallucinations and schizophrenia and mania and all that stuff that goes on with the brain over there. I told my mama before she died, I said, girl, Mama, our brain been braining for a long time. There's so much psychology that we need. We got triggers and trauma.
Now I want y'all to listen to what now today this individual is trying to make it like she's above everybody else. She's better than everyone else. She's smarter than everyone else. And she has survived and overcome all of these traumas, right? And nobody else has fixed themselves, even though all of these other people have productive lives. And some of these people have lives that are far more productive than hers. She seems to think that all of them need to be fixed, and she needs to be the one that fixes them. Make it make sense. Here she is tearing them apart on one half and then telling them that they need her help on the other. Make it make sense.
We got trauma like hell, not just in Cheryl's family, not just Marjorie and Leon and their children, because I said it's all of us.
Listen. Did y'all hear that? She said it's all of them. I want y'all to listen to what she says after this. Not just one side. It's all of us. That's what the fuck is wrong.
The ones that go to church and the ones that don't.
Mm.
The ones that's in the building and the ones that's without. The ones that's preaching in the pulpit and the ones that's sitting in the seats. I said all of us. And let me extend that beyond my family. Let's just go ahead on and say African Americans. We are full of trauma.
No, see,
From the pulpit to the door. And Cheryl Grabowski.
that's the thing that I have to say. Every race, we are all human. Every race suffers trauma. Every ethnicity suffers trauma. Not every child experiences severe childhood trauma. That is wrong. That's not true. You want to make it like every Black family been touched. Every kid in every family ain't been molested, ma'am. Ain't been touched in a vile, disgusting way. That's not factual.
Is an advocate for mental health awareness. And that's what you're going to know today. So while you ball your mouth and talk about me and my children, because I tell the people on YouTube, I'm a survivor of narcissistic. Hold on, y'all. I grew up in a narcissistic family, and I myself have narcissistic traits. Hold on, y'all. Somebody contact me from YouTube.
This was when she was riding with the clown in them in the septic sector.
Hey, cousin, Mappa. Hey, girl. Black folks and mental health awareness. Say, oh, Cheryl, I ain't got no problems. Yes, you do. Hey, Maya. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You just don't, you're not aware of it. You got certain kind of patterns and behaviors that you can't switch around. Hey, girl. And you've been doing the same shit. And you know you need to stop, but you can't stop it.
So now that Stacey has stopped it, they laughing. Oh, we won, like children. We won. You lost. You scared. She ain't scared of a fuck thing. Stacey isn't afraid of anything. You understand me? Who are you guys to be afraid of? Have you really looked at the, let me say this. Have you guys really thought about your position in this? On the day that your mother's funeral was held, you were alone, laying in the bed, eating a Whopper on YouTube, crying. That was your live stream. Nobody came to visit you. You said your family came back and ate. You didn't show any of that on YouTube, but you didn't have to. But the rest of the family went on and did what they needed to do for your mother. Together. As a union that you weren't a part of, right? And here recently, y'all done made you done had some losses, and Trinaya has had a huge loss and went through it alone, holding a picture on a live stream, crying, saying that he wanted to take his own life. Now coming back just a few days, and then the day before said that he was done with everything. I'm done. And how many times has he said that? I'm done. I'm done. I'm not saying anything about anybody else, over and over and over again. And this is what I understand from this content, from this platform, because I've done it myself. Oh, I'm not going to ever mention them again. Then I end up mentioning them. You get pulled back in to things that you say that you're done with, right? We all do it. We all have done it, at least. Let me play this. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Hey,
Yeah, you need to call somebody. Hey, girl.
Yeah,
So I'm really like sick of it. Y'all, so I'll be on YouTube it big time. I got a lot going on back there, okay? Being a content creator is something else, y'all. I plan on making a living from social media, absolutely. And while I'm doing that, I'm talking about myself, my raggedy ass life, and my family. And the family don't like it, but for the most part, I'm talking about me and not them.
Listen, she said, I'm talking about myself and my raggedy ass life and my family. And the family don't like it. So how in the world did you sit up yesterday and say that you didn't talk about your family? That you didn't mention any names? When I got clips of you mentioning all of their names. I have it. Just not going to play it. Just not going to redox them again. But I have it. So how do you sit up here and lie and try to rewrite history? You said that reached out to him and told, ooh, baby, I wanted to. Tiffany. The gay daddy family reached out to him and told him to stop. Stop mentioning that man. Stop putting that man's image up. Stop trying to play like he was as important in that man's life as he was. The man's family asked Trinaya to leave them and him alone. Alone. That's no lie. Tiffany came up in here and said it. That's the truth. That is the truth. Baby.
For the most part, I come to Facebook tonight to talk about them because they starting shit and they need to go somewhere and sit down. All of them. Because one group or one side can't say shit about the other side. It's the same tree and all of us are shitty. And some of us are working on ourselves and the other ones don't even know they need to.
So why are y'all on YouTube talking about the other side? If you're on Facebook saying that it shouldn't happen, if you're on Facebook saying that y'all shouldn't be doing this, why are you and Trinaya on YouTube doing this every fucking day to Stacy? Why? That's what I don't understand.
We have to be real with us. Yes, we got to be real. We got to look within, which is a skill set. You might be like me because I literally had to call somebody to help me. I had the ability to self-reflect. I had the ability to do it, but I didn't do a lot of it. And I wasn't holding myself accountable at all. Yes, ma'am, Kim, talk about it. Me and my mental health challenges and my shittiness. And I'm still working on it. Time out to be pointing your finger and say it's them, something wrong with them. No, what's wrong with you? Hey, Miss Jackie, what's wrong with you? Yeah. So that's why I came to Facebook tonight. And I do intend on, I got to learn how to stream from YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Accountability. We all have something. Black people and families are in denial. Yes, God, Kim. And yes, Keisha Bunch. It's called accountability. The thing is, some of us have not reached that place of being accountable. Like me, I had it bad. You know, somebody did something to me, you know, all the time. Yeah. Or I'm gazing at somebody else and their shittiness, and I'm shitty too.
You still got that. You still the same way. I don't know. It's like you don't even see yourself. You are still like that, always blaming somebody else for your fucking problems that you caused yourself. Shit that you brought on yourself. No ownership, no self-reflection.
That thing. So yeah, you know, I know y'all was like, Cheryl, what is going on with your family? I don't know, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Oh, this sister and her children are better than over there and whatever. No, there are differences. There's a difference between Lillian and her children and Marjorie and her children. There are differences. There are. Everybody knows that. But what I'm saying, ain't no side better than the other. And this is the thing. I've been accused of thinking that I'm better. Miss Transparent. Miss, I know I got shittiness going on. Me? You know what? But I understand how people can live to be 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and never really get this, Keisha and Kim. I do understand that. I literally do. I just feel like it's sad, it's unfortunate. And as far as me and the people that I know in my life and in my world and in my family, no, y'all gonna hear about accountability. Y'all gonna hear about that shit. We're going to talk about being able to see your own shit and not focus on mine. We're going to get away from that small talk. And we're going to stop hiding.
She said, did y'all just hear what she said? Did you guys just hear what she said? That's the part I wanted Stacy to hear. Did you just hear what she said, Stacy? Hopefully you did. Because that was your forewarning. That was her foreboding statement. She kind of brushed over it a little bit. She said people gonna learn about your shit. She said you're going to start talking about your own shit and start talking about hers. That's the reason she brought you to YouTube. And that's the reason she kept on poking you on Facebook. That's the reason.
Behind scriptures. We're going to stop doing that too. Because there is a lot of religion in my family. There's a lot of religion in the family. And you can have your religion and whatever that looks like between you and your God, but you can't blame the damn devil for everything. I'm sick of that. You can't blame the devil for everything. Because if you blaming the devil, then what about you? When somebody put their hands on a child, an adult put their adult hand on a child in places that they're not supposed to, oh girl, it was the devil. Huh? No, actually, that was you. That was you.
Get you some rest, beefcake.
You got to find out why you did it. That's what you got to find out why you did it. Oh, well, she did such and such and such, child, but that won't nothing but the devil. If the devil, when are we going to be accountable? Because if you always blame it on the devil, that's what you call blame shifting. You shift the blame on the devil. No, you got to be accountable. Your own self. You got to hold your own self accountable. You have to get to the root. They are stuck. They are stuck. If you cannot do self-reflection or put that devil where he's supposed to be, then your ass is stuck. And it's like you're in a maze, right? You're in a maze. The maze is 20 miles long. Imagine a maze for 20 miles, right? And everything looks the same. Your ass can't get out. Continue to bring awareness and break the generational curses. Stand in your truth, and hopefully one day the others will see. The others will follow suit.
See, there's a difference between standing in your own truth and then trying to expose somebody else. Those are two totally different things. You can stand in your own truth and tell about what you've experienced. You don't have to name nobody. You don't even have to put any tags on anybody else, but you can stand in your own shit. But y'all sitting up in here trying to expose everybody else when you got how in the world can you expose somebody else for where they live and you living in a box? How is somebody supposed to be clout chasing or jealous after somebody and they don't even have their own shit? They waiting to be assigned some housing paid for by the taxpayers. How can that be something to be jealous of or envious of? It's like somebody said it, I think it was Spencer earlier in the live, delusion. It's delusional. How can somebody be jealous of somebody? Like, how can Stacy be jealous of Cheryl Grabowski when Stacy pretty much had what Cheryl Grabowski had and lost, 2 husbands and her own? She has her own house, her own life, her own existence, and it's what she wants to live. How can you sit up and drag somebody for drinking platinums when you sit up and drink out the bottle on live streams and brag about being drunk every day? Those are the things that blow my mind. How can Stacy be a non-functional drunk and maintaining a job and be at work right now? How is that possible? It's like the shit that y'all say makes absolutely no sense. And let me say something to the person the weird family member, the guy. How in the world? You said something that was so fucking creepy to me. You said you peeked in the room while your aunt. This was so fucking disgusting to me and so fucking creepy. And I don't know why people don't like the shit that you say. It's like it makes me so sad for you. That's why I say I can't do it anymore. I cannot do the commentary on this person or on the Slayer lady. It's so depressing and so disgusting. It is. She praises this man when he said he opened the door and peeked in on his aunt while she was naked, changing her clothes. Do I believe it? No. But for him to fantasize about it, oh, I peeked in the room and I was watching your body and I saw, and this man said that he saw bloody panties, and Stacy said, "You alive? You alive? How you see some bloody panties in my room?" And who makes up sick ass stories like this? And Stacy had to come out and say, "You alive? You ain't seen no bloody panties at my house when somebody didn't had a whole hysterectomy." You just make up the sickest, most disgusting lies about people. And it was your cousin that said you were one of the most prolific liars out here, one of the most dangerous people out here. Now she's praising you. Now she's praising you. So let me play this. Let me finish playing this part.
I will, Kim. And they are following suit. Hey, Phyllis. They are following suit. When I found out all of this stuff that I found is what I call it on YouTube is I call it introspection. Intro into inspection. So I'm inspecting my inner world into me. The inspection, instead of me focusing on you, this is what I do on YouTube all the time. But I do look into other people though. I do, because I'm a content creator. So, but what I'm talking about tonight, as far as the mental health piece, is being able to look into yourself. Because you can't even start to heal until you start to do that. Let me look into me, see my not so good spots. And it's not for you to look into yourself to condemn yourself or to put you down or to hurt yourself, but it's to sort through those places inside of you that you can do something about. Phyllis say amen. Those places inside of you that you can do something about, because at the end of the day, it's stuff that is done to us. It is. Things have been done to us when we were younger or when we were vulnerable, right? Okay, but then it's left to us because it's almost like in your inner world, there's an infection going on emotionally and mentally, not physically, but emotionally and mentally, there's an infection going on. So
now what I want you to know is in the beginning of this live stream, this person said a lot of family names. Like I said, told a lot of family business. And this whole live stream, you're led to believe that these people that she mentioned touch on kids, molest kids, beat kids, all kind of crazy stuff, right? All kind of crazy stuff. You cannot blame Stacy and her family for feeling a way about the content and the commentary that Cheryl Grabowski put on social media. So I want y'all to hear this this screenshot that was read from Cheryl's family member that she had commotion with on Facebook. Hold on one second. It was one of the family members. It was after this live that she, hold on, let me make sure. I think it was this part when she said,
hello. In a minute, that's what I'm hoping. An announcement to make. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes.
This was the beginning of it. Hold on one second.
That's one person, Denise Brimley. And number two, because I don't see nobody else able. Angel's watching. Hey, Angel.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while. I hadn't done Facebook Live for a long time, and I could tag some folks. But y'all know I put the caption up this morning. I'm tired of this shit. That's for real. I am. I'm tired of it. Because I guess I can talk to y'all 3 people that are up here right now, but Black families and bad feelings. No,
This is the beginning of that live. I want y'all to hear this. 1 second.
leadership. Just all the stuff that come with it, you know. Nadia, hey Nadia, yeah, Nadia, I see you left that laughing emoji. Yeah, I'm tired of this shit. Y'all been seeing what's been going on. Maybe you have, I don't know, but y'all been seeing the younger generation up here cussing each other out and doing the most, and some old people too. And basically, I mean, some of y'all know that Mama died in February, and y'all know I didn't go to the funeral. Denise, you know the feeling. So family be doing the most, and you know I ain't got time for it, but I'm gonna step up and speak to it. Number 1, because I can, and number 2, because I don't see nobody else able. Angel's watching. Hey, Angel. Yeah. So I'm gonna speak to the situation now. What I really want to do is I don't want to take no sides. And for you guys who are not a part of this, but you Black and you got a family, just listen to it, because it might be some of this shit going on in your family. I don't know, but I know that my mother is gone, and her mother died 2 years before her, and she's hey sister, and she was the matriarch, and now she's gone. And I don't know of anybody else in the family that can really take her place, to be honest.
Listen,
I'm gonna be the closest thing to that.
She said she the closest thing to taking her mama's place. She said she don't know nobody in the family that can take her mother's place, and she's the closest thing to taking her mother's place. She wants to mother her siblings and her family. How can a child take? Listen, let me keep on playing this.
Seriously. And so,
hey Sheila,
the children, not my children, but my daughter and my niece had some words on Facebook, and then my other niece, and then cousins. Okay, at the end of the day. But what I'm saying is, there's no need for nobody to get up on Facebook. Your mother gone too, girl. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You don't even feel like I'm living the same life. But nobody should get on Facebook and say, because of your feelings and your emotions, that you're not kin to each other. Because everybody on our Facebooks know who the hell is some kin to who. That's the first thing. Number 2, the last time I checked, ain't nobody got no brick wall built around their ass. Everybody can get it. That's for the second thing. And number 3, me personally, people say my aunt died, people say my sister died, but that was my mother. And if you still got your mama, I don't give a damn who Marjorie was to you. That was my mother. Ain't nobody call me. It's been a year. No, February 20th, it'll be a year. Ain't nobody call me and say, sure, I send my condolences. People that come to the salon, they did. First cousins and beyond that, uncles and aunts, nobody. That's why I'm here on Facebook tonight, because there is no leadership in this family. My mama gone.
This woman said there is no leadership in this family. And all of the people that she's talking about are adults. There's no leadership in this family. And she feels like she should be the leader, huh? That's what I'm assuming she's alluding to. That's just an assumption.
The young people are fighting partly because mama is gone and everybody is hurting on this side of the family. If you got your mama, then you shut your damn mouth. Period. Because you don't know what it feels like. You don't. If your mama breathing, then you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because you ain't felt what I felt. Because I can't call my mama. Period. So when my niece said what she said, she is grieving. Fatima is grieving worse than anybody in my book, from what I observed.
So this is how it happened.
So she said what she said. And it's
her niece went on Facebook and said that she would rather Stacy's mother be dead than Cheryl's mother. And that started a whole back and forth between the young people in the family. And then some of the older people came in and tried to squash it. And then this is kind of how they brought all of this stuff to YouTube. It's kind of how it migrated onto YouTube. And when Cheryl referenced an email or a text message that Stacy sent her, I have that text message. Let me this was after a few more weeks, I think, of going back and forth, or a few more days.
It does sound rough, and she didn't have to say that. But if she could be asked the question, if God would say to her, if God would have said back then, I'm gonna take somebody, hey Jonathan, I'm gonna take somebody, would you rather it be Lillian or Marjorie? Then Lillian would just go, because that's just how she feels. That's the truth. Now, I wish she wouldn't have said that, but she said it. She did. And she said it out of anger. Hey, y'all. Your mom been gone for 15 years. She said it out of anger. And we, Marjorie's children and grandkids, especially me, have not received any kind of support from her
Now-
sister's children, which are my first cousin.
She said she and her children have not received support from Stacy and her siblings. She felt like Stacy and her siblings should have reached out to her. Hey, Gail, but how in the world does that compute in your brain when you've been dragging them? When you and Trinaya drug their mother, when they haven't talked to you for years behind that stuff, you know? Like, how does that compute with you?
There is no leadership in this motherfucking family. Now, all of y'all know me. Y'all know that I have gone through trauma therapy. I put the work in. I'm still healing. I've learned a lot of things. A lot of them things I talked about with my mother. She already knew. My mom been gone for 31 years. Rosemary, is it getting any better? See, this is my thing. And I'll say this to my aunts and uncles. The people that are supposed to be people that I can find comfort in. Nobody reached out to me. Now, I try to be here for my nieces and nephews as much as I can because they do call me. But as far from the other side of the family, nobody has called and said a damn word. None of my aunts and uncles. The people that are supposed to be above me. But when it comes to me, I'll stand in the gap for my nieces and nephews. But as it relates to the other side of the family, just leave us alone. Because it's coming across as a lack of empathy and decency and respect for the ones over here who has lost the matriarch of the family because she was that. And we hadn't had any support. Ain't nobody said a damn word. Now, my nieces and nephews, they've been arguing and fussing and cussing, and some of my cousins, and I don't want that to be. I don't want it to be. But it's been like that. So I say, you know what? I know what I can do about this. Because see, I don't feel like I ain't talked to my family on that side really in 3 years.
Now let me ask you a question. If you were the matriarch, if you considered yourself the leader, would you handle your family publicly on a public platform, or would you reach out privately to your family, to your nieces, nephews, your siblings, even your cousins, if you wanted a position of leadership or somebody that wasn't going to throw people up under the bus, that wasn't going to expose family members? And what y'all don't know is, what y'all may have forgotten is that Cheryl was in that position in her family for a long time. When she was a minister, her family, this is what y'all gonna have to understand about the role that Cheryl played in the family for years. She was some members of her families, they confided in her. Why did they confide in her? Because Cheryl wore the robe of the clergy. She was a religious leader to to a lot of her family members for a certain time in her life. So they confided in her privately, religiously, spiritually. When they were taking it to the Lord and they were talking to Cheryl, trying to, free themselves of certain things, they talked to Cheryl because she was the leader of the church, right? Privately, right, Krista? We would talk privately. If you want to really affect something and get to people, you want to talk to them privately, right? Right. That's something I got to do here. Got to talk privately. But what Cheryl did was weaponize their stories. She weaponized their truth. But now they're the bad guys and she's the good guy. How do you, as a minister, hear your family's secrets and they confide in you and tell you their business and things that they're going through, and then you bring it to social media? Now that you're no longer a minister, a pastor, a member of the clergy, you bring their personal traumas, family business, all to social media to make a buck. And your mother knew who you were. She knew what you were doing. That's why she asked that question. That's why your mother asked this question. Your mother asked the question, would you What your mother said to you, you wouldn't be telling our family business on YouTube to make money, would you? And you said no. Lied to your mother's face. Sad.
People that I was real close to, because I've been healing. I've been tending to my own wounds. Yeah. And when you do that, if you know anything about that, then it calls for separation, right? And so people have taken it personal. I feel like, that's what I feel like. And then, like I said, there's no support. There's no decency. See, let me tell y'all something. Whenever somebody died on the other side of the family, I always showed up.
Listen.
I
want y'all to listen to this because I'm going to stop it shortly after this because she gets to naming names and saying people's names. She says the names of her nieces and nephews. She says the name of her sister. She says the name of I think her brother-in-law. She tells what her sister does. She tells what kind of business her sister does. She talks about her sister's husband. She talks about her niece's criminal background. She talks about everything. Everything. Bringing these people's private business to social media. But she pointing at Stacey today. That wasn't Stacey that did that. That was you. And the other thing is, if you so triggered by what Stacey allegedly said, because you ain't played no clips yet, right? You so triggered by what Stacey allegedly said about a family member and you think it was so wrong. Why you keep repeating it? Why do you keep repeating it if you felt like what she said was so wrong? Like I felt like you doxing your family was wrong, so I'm not going to re-dox them again in my commentary.
always showed up. When people's children got shot, I stayed at Wake Man with them every motherfucking night until that person was out the woods. Every night. I've gone to funeral services. I've done my part. Yes, I have. But when it comes to me and my children, the ones that I thought would always be there, I heard a motherfucking word. And that's on God, not one. But you're going to get on Facebook and you're going to fight and holler and cuss like a dog. That's what you got. You ain't got no decency. You ain't got no empathy.
Now, none of them fought and hollered and cussed like dogs. Let me play for you what Cheryl's family was saying to her on Facebook in response. Now, I'm not talking about the younger people because the younger people were fighting back and forth with one another. You understand me? And Cheryl publicly inserted herself. Other family members inserted themselves and said, stop it. Don't do this publicly. We are family. And then it was Cheryl's side of the family. One other person on the other side said, you're not my family if you're dragging my aunt or dragging my mother like this. Because it was Cheryl and her people doing the dragging. Now listen to this. Let me go back here. Biggest mistake you made was saying Stacey don't have no real support, honey. Saying this to Cheryl because she does.
Cheryl, if you can't talk about it, just make sure you tell the truth, that's all. We never had a problem with y'all.
Now, this is Cheryl. I'm letting Siri read Cheryl's family members' post on Facebook. This is what Cheryl's family member, an adult, one that's in her age group, one of the sisters, I'm assuming, or something. I don't know for sure, but this is what the person said to Cheryl. They said, hold on, here we go.
Cheryl, if you can't talk about it, just make sure you tell the truth, that's all. We never had a problem with y'all. We stopped dealing with y'all because it was toxic, not because of anything we did to you.
This is Stacey talking to Cheryl under her daughter Lisa's account. This is Stacey, okay? So this is the comment that Stacey replied to Cheryl under to Lisa's account.
All LOLSMH. And the whole falling out was because of something your daughter did to you. I'm not sure what alternate universe you're living in, Only PPL still talking about family business as you. We would never. Fatima came looking for trouble and running her mouth when nobody was bothering y'all. Like she has been told she needs to watch what she says. She is the one that said she wanted to fight. Ain't nobody said nothing about touching her, but she can't be touched in other ways and physically if she chooses to take it there. And just like you ain't ashamed, ain't nobody else ashamed either. The difference is we actually live in our truth. And ain't no secrets or weak spots as you say anywhere. Make sure it's none on your side. Y'all gotta stop. If you don't have a point to prove, not trying to create further division, or don't want PPL arguing, why are you still moving like you are? You're not the only person that has experienced great loss, us more recently than you, and ain't heard from your family. The truth and difference is we ain't bad-mouthing you for likes, gags, and clickbait, but still expecting you to reach out just because someone passed. That's what's wrong with Black PPL now. Y'all want to make stuff right in death, but if you're really serious about it, make it right before it gets there. SMH.
That was what Stacy said. She said, you lying. Don't nobody want no smoke with you. You won't smoke. This is before Stacy came to YouTube and she told Cheryl, you doing this for likes and clicks. You doing this for the grant. You doing it for Facebook and you doing this for YouTube. Don't nobody want no smoke with you or your family. Leave us alone. That's basically what Stacy was saying before she even came to YouTube. Hold on, let me pull this up.
I haven't noticed anyone from either side other than me speak on childhood.
So Cheryl responds,
Thomas, or gone into therapy, not that I know of. It's been 3 years, so I don't know. Honey, truth is way more than a casual conversation about how you
now listen to how Cheryl responds to Stacy. Cheryl responds to Stacy by basically threatening her. And chastising her. And she let Stacy, she just said, it's been 3 years. So if Stacy's been watching you and following you and wanting to come to YouTube, why hasn't she done it sooner? Why wouldn't she have done it back then? Why is she telling you to leave her alone? Why is she asking you to leave the family alone? Why is she asking you not to discuss family business? And why do you go right back into discussing family business? Because Stacy didn't say anything about family business in her response to you. But listen to what you say, Cheryl.
Truth is what was done when no one was looking eyes. And what you've done that even besties don't know about. Truth is what was done and how a person felt and is still feeling but try not to feel and suppress it. Truth is the real reason why a person stay in a relationship that they don't feel fulfilled in. Truth.
Listen, talking about Stacy, talking about her relationship. Truth is somebody who stay in a relationship that they not fulfilled in. What is Trinaya saying today? Everything that that Cheryl was saying a year ago on Facebook. Repeating everything that Cheryl says, every way that Cheryl feels. Keep listening.
Is a person that drinks and smokes and overindulge in food because they don't know what to do with that unhappiness in them that's at the root. Truth is the reason why folk don't go after their own ambitions but talk about others that do. Truth is sitting on a fence watching everybody else be successful and they are stuck because they can't sort out their inner world. Globe showing America's emotions, feelings. These are the truths that I refer to. Check mark.
So that was Cheryl. Now I'm going to play what Stacy had to say.
Cheryl Grabowski, here you are yet again speaking on stuff you know nothing of and doing a lot of projecting. Only truths you can speak for and on is yours, no one else's.
And this is Cheryl's response.
Tilissa Jackson, that's what I'm talking about. Me. Have you had trauma therapy? I know what projection is, darling.
And then
Tilissa Jackson, that's hilarious. Speaking on stuff I know nothing of. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy. Are you serious?
Now here comes Stacy responding. This is all before she hit YouTube now.
Cheryl Grabowski, as long as you're speaking your truth, that's all that matters. I have spoke to a therapist because just like you, I've been through things. Recently. But do I have a lot of work to do? Yes. I'm also doing the work as I go through daily life by simply being better than I was, trying to have healthy and effective communication with PPL and being good to PPL, as well as being accountable when I'm not. That's it, that's all.
And then Cheryl responds,
Tilissa Jackson, great. Cheryl Grabowski, yes, and it's not funny to me, because you said you haven't noticed anyone on either side talk about childhood trauma or see a therapist. You don't know that, so why even speak on it? That's what I meant by that. I wish you the best on your healing journey, Cheryl.
Stacy wished Cheryl the best on her healing journey before she came to YouTube. Cheryl wouldn't stop though. Keep listening.
I'm an advocate for mental health awareness. Many people in my life have sought out help because I made them aware of it. Many people call me all the time asking what should they do. However, family is in need. So I talk about it publicly and have been for 4 years now. EFT, meditation, hypnosis, and tapping are other tools that assist in helping also. Continue on your journey. This is what I do daily.
So that's what Cheryl had to say to Stacy. Basically ignored everything that Stacy was trying to say, and the only thing Stacy was asking her was to leave them alone. Just leave us alone. Leave us the fuck alone. That's not what Cheryl wanted to do. That's not what Cheryl wanted to do. And then after that, Cheryl did another live where she went in. I'm not going to play any of that live. She did that live on YouTube. It's no longer up, but she drugged her family, drugged them. She said she said her sister's name. She told people how to find her sister on Facebook. She said her niece and her nephew's names. She said Stacy's name. She said Stacy's mother's name. She said Stacy's sister's name. She talked a lot about stuff that happened in the past. She talked about the carport. She talked about the drinking. She talked about everything. And then, now, Cheryl, you can come out here and call me a liar, and I'll come out here and play it. You understand me? I'll come out here and I will play it. You are a disgusting individual, ma'am. Disgusting. There's no way of getting around it, no way of changing it, no way of reshaping it. Let me show you the text message that Cheryl made reference to. Hold on, let me go here. And let me show y'all the text message that Stacy sent her just before Stacy came to YouTube. And I'm going to tell y'all the story around when Stacy came to YouTube. Before Stacy came to YouTube, I was doing commentary on Cheryl. And I was doing commentary on Cheryl with respect to the Cheryl came on to YouTube after that, and she drugged Stacy and her family. And I was watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I was watching it because I was getting emails from people saying that Cheryl's life wasn't what she said it was. They were telling me about, she wasn't good with her, her oldest son, yada yada yada. They were telling me a lot of things about the family. I still to this day don't know who those two people were. The only thing that I know that it wasn't Stacy and it wasn't her. I'm not sure of who those two people are. I have a suspicion, but I'm not going to say it. But it's somebody that has to be close to Cheryl in her real life that was communicating with me, right? And they were telling me, how dare she talk about Q when she has done X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. And this is before Stacy or Trinaya hit YouTube or came to YouTube. They started reaching out to me. Cheryl did a live about her family. She inserted some Q commentary too, you know. She talked a lot about the things that have happened or that she alleges that have happened in her family. And she talked a lot of negative stuff about Trinaya too. Said a lot of things about Trinaya. She talked about Trinaya being abused. She talked about Trinaya being abused in his mother's house. She didn't say anything about Trinaya being sexually abused at his grandmother's house, right? She talked about all of that. Shortly after that, and Cheryl also shared my live on Facebook. So when Cheryl says that I followed her to Facebook, she's lying. Cheryl shared my live on Facebook. Cheryl brought her Facebook to YouTube and told everybody to subscribe to her Facebook and to follow her on Facebook. Cheryl led everyone to her Facebook. But Cheryl shared my live on Facebook and shared a community wall post letting everybody know that she was sharing my live on Facebook. What she did was she asked her whole entire family to watch my live stream. And shortly after Cheryl did that, she got into it deeper with her family. And right after that, Stacy shared this. Stacy texted Cheryl and said this. This is after Cheryl drug her family and her mother. Stacy said this to Cheryl. This is after Cheryl doxed Stacy, doxed her family, doxed her mother, and talked shit about her family. Cheryl shared this on her community wall. That's the only reason I have it. I got you, bitch. At this point, I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck, and you gon' hate me for life. This is war, and I don't care anymore. UP gon' know yo shit. I'ma drag you and your MFing daughter, ho. And still, after that, did y'all see it? After that, Stacy did not reach out to me. She didn't come to my platform. Still after that, it took Trinaya. It still took Trinaya to reach out to Stacy once again. And that's what brought Stacy to YouTube. It was Trinaya and Cheryl coming after her and her family it was Cheryl and her daughter coming after Stacy and her family before. And then after that, Trinaya flipped because Trinaya couldn't get his way. Flipped on Stacy, flipped on me, and joined back up with Cheryl. Match made in heaven. So that's the story, you guys. That's pretty much how it happened with Stacy and Cheryl and the family. And I tried to leave as much details out about the family and even Trinaya, because there's a lot of stuff in it about Trinaya and Cheryl that I'm going to get away from, stay away from. I want to say this to Cheryl and Trinaya. I know y'all going to feel a way about this live stream. And I know Trinaya is probably going to go live and call himself dragging me. The fact of the matter is, you can't drag me. I have officially, you can try. I will never see it as a drag. It won't affect my psyche as a drag. Everything that you have said about me has been a lie, a fabrication. So I know if you'll lie on me, you'll lie on Stacy. You lied on me just like you lied on Cheryl and her daughter. You said I have AIDS. You said they have AIDS. She says that you're a psychopath. Cheryl Grabowski says that you are a psychopath. Okay? Yeah. You gotta consider the source and stuff like this. Let me say this about Trinaya though. I have reached a point of pity. And I think that that's the lowest point that you can reach in the human brain. Like when you look at somebody, pity is the lowest place that you can go for somebody. I don't have any dislike for you. I don't hate anybody. I don't have any dislike for you. I have only sadness in my, and I don't even want to, my voice is starting to tremble now because Trinaya, I pity you. I pity you in every aspect of your life. I am sorry for using you in my content. I see that your mental health, you are in such a low point in life that I don't think that anybody should even mention your name. And from this point on, I won't reference you. I won't mention you. You can say whatever you want to say about me. And I'm going to say this to anybody that supports me or has supported me or whatever. Please, if Trinaya mentions my name or comes for me in any way, don't feel any type of way about it. Y'all don't have to reference him in defense of me or anything like that. And when Trinaya speaks on anything in the future, I will not be referencing him at all. This is a sad, sad person. And I pity him. I feel bad for what he's going through. I feel bad for his life. I feel bad for the traumas that were inflicted on him. And it's had to have been multiple people inflicting that kind of trauma on this person. But he weaponizes his traumas. And to me, that'll take somebody from a place of not giving a fuck. So I can understand where Stacey is, because this person has attacked and advanced upon her life, her children's life, her mother during her grieving. And all while Trinaya was grieving, everybody was silent about it. Nobody came for Trinaya. Nobody drugged Trinaya. People looked at it like it was, well, at least I looked at it like it was genuine. Now I come to see that that wasn't even genuine. Now this sick individual is dragging the family of the person that he says that he loved and cared about, his own gay father or whatever. It's a sad, sad place to be in life. And for Cheryl to be the person that she is at her ripe old age, to be using this child, to be using and weaponizing a child the way that she is sad, it's pitiful, and ain't nothing about mental health. There's no ounce of support or respect for somebody else's mental health in that woman's body at all. And she talked about me, and she talked about Stacey, said that we weaponized him and all of that weird shit. Baby, look, y'all, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm about to get my butt up off of here and get on with my day. It is 11 a.m. here in beautiful Michigan. I thank each and every one of y'all. Yeah, she should be ashamed of herself, but she's not. I don't think that Cheryl Grabowski I don't even think that that's an emotion that she recognized. She lied to her own mother. She lied to her own mother and told her own mother that she wasn't doing this for money and clout. And she was. Yeah. Yeah. It is irresponsible of her to be using that boy like that. It is. And you know what? And people say I use Alec, and everybody know, anybody who knows, even the person that recently left knows that don't nobody use Alec over here, knows that we all try to talk Alec down, and ain't nobody using Alec. And thing about it is, you cannot stop somebody from doing what they're going to do anyway. So I don't believe that Cheryl can stop Trinaya, just like myself and Stacy couldn't stop Trinaya from doing what he was doing to Cheryl. We was constantly telling him, don't do that, don't do that, like, don't do that. I'm gonna play one more clip before I get up off of here that I almost forgot to play. This one right here, we're getting ready to play this. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. CPS came today at 2:00 and interviewed me and my daughter for my Trinaya that's on UP's channel.
Now, what the fuck your CPS being called got to do with me?
Hold it. Girl, is she for real?
Now, this is Cheryl and her daughter trying to blame me for what Trinaya was doing to them. And Trinaya was doing that shit. And you just heard Cheryl admit that Trinaya was doing that shit to them long before I ever fucking came along. Long before. But now that Trinaya is on YouTube, when Trinaya hit the YouTube streets, she started trying to blame me for what Trinaya was doing to her. Now listen to this. Now I want you to put yourself in these shoes today, Cheryl. So if what you're saying about me was true then, it's true for you now tenfold, because you know Trinaya and Trinaya knows you. You slept in the same bed with Trinaya when he was a minor. You fed Trinaya, filled Trinaya's belly with alcohol when he was a minor. And now Trinaya admits that he's a whole alcoholic. You did that, ma'am. Now I want you to listen to yourself talk about me a few months ago. And where are you right now, ma'am?
On it because okay, now hold on for a minute. Because this is your problem. Hold on for a minute. You're used to dealing with the people in your chat. I'm not the people in your chat.
Thank God for that.
You're not being able to make the distinction between the two, and they are not able to see you for who you are. Now, you brought my nephew up. You empowered him and coached him to attack me. You encouraged.
So why was he doxing and attacking you before he even hit my link? I just showed that. I showed the dates, and I can come back and show when he first hit my link and when he first started talking on my channel. He had your house up on his community wall before he ever hit my link. A whole picture of your house and your address up and pictures of you, ma'am. Made that whole porn thing before he ever hit my link, ma'am. So what are you talking about? Everything was orchestrated by me all of a sudden. You're going to pay for the slander that you've placed upon my name, ma'am. Trust that. Bitch, I got plans.
Encouraged him to tell and to spill tea that really doesn't even exist. Because of his mental illnesses, he wasn't able to tell the story. And I told you he couldn't do it the way that it's supposed to be told, because he is schizophrenic and he can't even keep his thoughts straight. You know what schizophrenia is, and his mental illnesses are layered. There's about 4 or 5 of them. I told you that. You sat right there and you act like you was.
So now you using 2 people with mental health disorders. You using the person that sits in that damn scooter, and you using your nephew again. I mean your cousin, because he's not your nephew, he's your cousin.
Reading a script or some type of religious literature from an apostle, a pastor, a priest, a king, an elder, a scribe.
That's what you did on your channel. And by you giving him so much validation and
Just like you gave Amina. And she was lying the whole fucking time.
so much, you and Q and Triple Headed Goddess and all them people down there in the chat. I thought I saw Triple Head. Hey Trinaya. You got, and this is what I do on YouTube when I advocate for mental health, because all of y'all old ass grown people over there doing what you're not supposed to do for somebody like him who's critically sick mentally and emotionally, clinically.
But wait a minute. Clinically sick, mentally and emotionally, and you and the woman in the scooter, that's all y'all do is weaponize him now. That's all you've been doing for months.
I know, and I told you, so you got everything to do with it as an old person because you 60.
Girl, I did not call CPS on your ass, but did you tell CPS that your husband fucks on little kids and you covered it up?
And where did you get that from? Where did you get that story from?
Now listen to this. You said I exposed all of that stuff. That's what you're saying. But listen to what you're about to say now.
Did you get that from Trinaya? Or did you get that from my Facebook? Because the story is over on my Facebook, but that's not what I said. Do you have a problem with comprehension? Or did you listen to Trinaya? Or did you get that from my Facebook? Now, which one did you do? You didn't get it from my Facebook, because I know my account of my story. And there were 6 children in my house, and all of them, the oldest one is 36 and the youngest one is 26. So they're all adults now. They can talk for themselves. They know the story. You can ask them. But no, you rather ask somebody with 5 mental health diagnoses that cannot keep their own thoughts straight. Rusty Foot.
Did you tell CPS that? Did you disclose that to CPS? That your
I did not disclose that to CPS, but the police knew it. The detective knows it. I still got his name and number in my phone. That's what's over on my Facebook. I didn't want to talk about it on my channel yet because it's a big story, and I want.
Listen to this. She didn't want to talk about child sexual abuse. Listen, when I tell y'all that these people don't take this shit seriously, that this is not real for her, because ain't no way in the world that you say what this woman is about to say if you think that child abuse and child molestation is a serious matter. Because listen to how Cheryl trivializes what happened in her house and makes it about making it YouTube content for the future. Listen to it. Listen to her.
To tell my people at a good time where we can sit down and have a wonderful story time.
How is your husband offending on your family member in your house a wonderful fucking story time for YouTube? How is that a wonderful story time? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that this is some psychopathic shit. And if y'all understand why the fuck I don't want to do no commentary on these sick motherfuckers anymore. This bitch is sick.
And I want to use my story, hence that's why I'm here on YouTube, for advocacy for mental health awareness. But you are so rotten.
And she want to use her story for YouTube, for advocacy, for mental health. It's a wonderful story time. We're going to sit up and we're going to go back. It's a wonderful story time. A wonderful story time. Girl.
The core, and you are so corrupt, and you can't keep your thoughts straight. You have no business on YouTube.
Okay.
Husband has sex with minors and then covers those liaisons up, your ex-husband.
I got 2 ex-husbands.
Girl, that's what you should be talking about.
Right,
Over there
right.
now.
He hears voices, yes. And like,
She said that Trinaya hears voices. Hears voices. She's talking about Trinaya.
That we were, we are heroin and cocaine addicts. We smoked heroin and cocaine in the barn back there, and that
Trinaya reported to CPS that they smoke heroin and cocaine in the barn in the backyard, and that's why CPS showed up. Mia Stacey ain't never done no shit like that to her. Ever. And if what Trinaya is saying, like, oh, y'all talked me into doing, why aren't we doing it now? Why is the only people that CPS is being called on now is damn Stacey's family by you, Trinaya? If we the ones that talked you into doing it to Cheryl, why you the one doing it to Stacey now? See, your stories don't even add up and they don't make sense. You are sitting here saying you moving the needle. Everything that you're doing, you're putting off on somebody else, right?
I gave my grandbaby a cup of beer online. That's what they said. Those were the questions.
So Trinaya said and this is still, this live that Cheryl is reacting to is still up on the Clowns channel, because she was on the Clowns panel talking about what Trinaya has done to her. See, all of this shit is still on YouTube. It's just people don't really know where to go to find it, even though Cheryl has deleted certain things. I was reacting to some of the stuff that she was saying on the Clowns platform, and she was reacting to me. So a lot of this content is still up on other channels. She was also on Bitch Boy's platform. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit about Trinaya. And so she drags Trinaya on the Clowns channel. She's drugged Trinaya on Truth Hurts platform. She's talked about Trinaya on Bitch Boy's platform. And it's all still out here.
From CPS. And UP, wait a minute, and UP allowed this on her channel.
Right, Tina.
On her platform. He was on her platform.
I see what you said, Liz.
You didn't call no CPS on my platform. Stop lying.
He called CPS within the timeline that he met you.
He called CPS within the timeline. You lying ass bitch. You lying ass bitch. I showed the proof that this mofo was doxing you before he hit my panel. He called CPS and admitted it. I think the second time he was on my damn channel said, yeah, I called him about a month ago. And then when they finally showed up at your house, ma'am, he had called him long before then and kept on calling him. You are a liar.
They have the date and time when he called. He went up on YouTube, made a seg, y'all know what I'm talking about, profile with my picture on it and description.
Before he ever hit my fucking link, he did all of that shit. Doxed you, put your house up, and said he called CPS, girl. So the math ain't mathing. Your timeline ain't timelining, honey.
of sexual things that I do, he trying to paint me as a PORN person. And then he sent it to me and he put it up on his YouTube. All of this within the timeline that he was on your platform. You are responsible.
Stop lying.
Then that means you respond. Stacy, if you still in the bushes, there's your answer right there. She made me responsible for everything that he did after he hit my link, even though he did it before he hit my motherfucking link, right? She made me responsible for all of that right here on YouTube. So that bitch is responsible for everything that crazy nigga does from the point that he ran back over there to her. Cut and dry. Nothing else needs to be said. The Narc Slayer said it herself. If I was responsible for what he did, and I don't talk to him the way that shit. You're responsible for everything that he does, ma'am. You gassing him up. You feeding him. You sending him cash apps. You telling him the stories. You telling him the tales. You're telling him what to fucking say. You know the history better than he does. He don't even know it. He was a babe. He wasn't even born when some of this shit that he's talking about happened. He wasn't even fucking born. So how the fuck could he know about it unless you told him? You are the culprit, and you are using that sick mind against others. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself at your damn near 60-year-old age yourself. You should be ashamed. Using that child the way that you using him.
He edits himself all the time when he's on my channel. You need to stop lying.
He does not edit himself on your channel. He says the most horrendous things on your channel, and you break your back laughing. Your sides hurt, your lungs hurt. Your
girl, when he said you was effing on the kitchen floor, he didn't lie. And it was funny. When he said the stuff about your husband, though, that shit was not funny. And I didn't even believe it until you admitted it. So
throat hurt, your jaws hurt, your nose hurt, your belly hurt because you laughed that hard when he is being sick on your panel and you think it's funny.
I know that young man. That young woman. I keep on saying young man because y'all keep saying he, and it's embedded in my brain. Y'all need to stop lying on Trinaya. That's what y'all need to stop.
There you go again. Now, UP, you could look at me and anybody could look at me and see that I'm an intelligent woman and know how to communicate. I've told you plain as day, as plain as the nose on my face. What I've said here on my live tonight, you guys, I'm going to post everything, y'all. I'm going to post everything on YouTube because he just started a new channel. But it doesn't matter if you take it all down. I got it. So what I've said on my post tonight, all y'all understand it. It's easy for me to understand. Like, I don't have a lisp. And most of the time, I don't stutter. And I speak very clear. You heard it. Everybody in my chat hears it and understands it. But you went forward and you did it anyway because you want to win. You got blood in your eyes. You got blood in your mouth. You have a bloody heart. And you just want to win. That's all you want. You are blinded by your insatiate appetite to win, no matter.
That's you. So you win. You got what you want. I'm no longer going back and forth with you. And Trinaya wins too. You guys are the winner chicken dinners. Okay? Stacy's not going back and forth with y'all. It's over for us. You win. You proud of yourself? Are you proud of your disgusting ass self? That's all I want to say, y'all. Listen. Let me get my butt out. Yeah, narcissist will never. Yeah, never be ashamed. She's never going to be ashamed. Never, ever, ever going to be ashamed of her role, the things that she's done, and the disgusting things that she continues to do. Disgusting individual. But you got it, girl. Y'all consider yourselves the winners. I'm done with it. Tell her own story. You say you remember hearing her tell her own story. She told it. Yes, she told it on her story. And that's the thing that this woman, she tries to paint you out as the villain. She tries to say, oh, you stalked me, you doxed me, you put all of my information out here, girl. It was your own child that came out here and told the most about you. Your own child came out here and exposed some details about you first, right here on YouTube. And you tried to lie and say, I went to his Facebook and brought it to YouTube, and that man got a whole YouTube channel. You lied about so much stuff, but I'm done with you, Cheryl Grabowski. I'm done with this commentary about your family. You understand me? You're not going to get me to talk about it anymore after today, you nor Trinaya. You understand that? The both of you can have it. Y'all can look weird. Y'all can look crazy. Y'all can look sadistic. Y'all can look. It's so many words that I can't even explain what's going through my head right now, y'all. I'm about to get up off of here, though. For real. She is ashamed. That's why. You think she is ashamed? You think that's why she did? She says that my commentary out of anybody's commentary hurt her the most. Well, I won then. I'm the winner. If you say that my commentary out of anybody's commentary on here, motherfuckers done drug your mama, got your mammy up here singing from the grave and everything, talking about your appearance, talked about your body, talked about your bald ass head, and you on here calling Stacy bald head girl, and you won't even take that fucking wig off. You wear wig from wig to wig. We remember how you look. We remember how you look. You look like a man. You look like a straight up man, my dear. Coming on here with your bald head and everything, bald spots all in your head, and you talking about everybody else. I know how you look without that wig on. We all do. Your images are everywhere. So to sit up in here and talk about everybody else, yeah. And that's the thing that she does not like. What Stacy said was real. I'm able to see her for who she is. And other people believe the lies that she tells, and they follow that fake ass narrative about her. Now, I never claimed to be no genius or anything like that, or smarter than everybody else, or like I can take on the whole world and all. That's not what I've ever claimed to be. I just say I'm not scared of any of you. I take losses. I just choose to turn around and look at them as lessons. That's all. That's all. Everybody has bad days. Everybody. But like I said about Trinaya, I'm done. Won't be doing any of that commentary anymore. But listen, y'all have a blessed and beautiful rest of y'all day. I'm getting ready to get on up out of here and get on with my day now. It's 11:24 here in beautiful Michigan. And I will see y'all. I don't know when. I have seen the commentary that's out here. I know my name has been mentioned in some of it, but I'm not going to respond to it. That stuff has absolutely nothing to do with me. And you know when they say, even if your name is mentioned, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with you. I don't have anything to do with what's going on. Nothing. And I ain't talking about it. You see people for who they are. That's all I can say. Y'all have a blessed and beautiful rest of y'all day, and I will talk to y'all real soon. And bye.